We go in and try to talk to Diane Webb, see if we can speak to her or at least get an appointment scheduled. Be nice. It would be nice, people. Wet paint. All right.
Thank you. I'm glad. What's your target opening date? We're targeting mid-July right now. Okay. It just depends on, now they're doing all the finishing work with the electricians and all the so far all the inspections have been done.
Yeah, we're gonna make the sale like the grand opening.
Yeah. Okay. So the thought was we would kind of interview, stick it off with that. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. I'll keep you posted.
All right, we'll get seeing you, Will.
Yeah,
Thanks so much. I'll get this over to you today.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Okay. Thank you so much. You too.
Huh. That was a weird way to. Did you guys see that? She like peeked around the corner and then ran back into the office there. Who do I speak with? I want to schedule an appointment with the city manager. Does she have a secretary or who do I schedule an appointment?
I don't know. City manager's on that side of the building, so over that way.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Thank you. I thought she was over there. Yeah, is there a way I can get an appointment scheduled with city manager?
You can put down your information
Okay.
and what it's concerning, and I will make sure that it gets to the city manager secretary.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you. Other pond / pool. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. You too. So we gotta let's go down to the I don't know because Diane Webb, she's not the building official per se. She's the city manager, but she's not the building official. So she'll probably just defer to the the building office, right? So we're gonna go down to the building office and we're gonna see what they say. See if we can get I guess I don't know, Bob Watson. I'm not sure. Kirk Malcolmson. I'm not quite sure who's in charge or who's the decision maker. Jeremy Schneider. He's the fire marshal, but I don't know, like who's apparently someone's got to certify it or they want a permit or something. I don't know who does the inspections for the pool, permits or whatever, but I'm assuming it would be the same, right? Because they're trying to call it a pool, but it's obviously got a different, you know, legally speaking, a pond and a pool are two different things. That's why two different words exist. And so, yeah, I don't think a pond can legally be considered a pool, regardless of your intent for it, what you're using it for, or whatever. But I'm not using it for anything. Hey, look, the blue car is on. So, okay, they got 5 cars, it looks like. They got 2 black ones, 1 white one, 1 light blue-ish. I don't know what that color is exactly. And then they have like a dark blue navy color. So I guess there's 5 total vehicles. But, you know, we'll park here and, you know, we'll go in and see if we can't get an answer. I know we're not gonna, you know, I mean, it's like, I'm not, never say never, guys, but you gotta taper your expectations. And way in Michigan, that's the cold hard truth of the matter. And so, you know, let's take a look in these vehicles real quick. Just the City of Wayne ones, right? Just these ones, because these are public property. Okay, you got some nasty ass shoes right on the front seat. Yeah, it kind of looks like personal vehicles to me. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Like they're being used as personal vehicles of some sort. Because, yeah, I don't know. I thought there was 4 of them, but there's this one, this blue one. And then you got 2 black ones, right? 2 black ones. Hey, at least he's putting a trash bag up. Kudos to him. So let's get that license plate, of course. Oh, there it is. That way we can do an inventory. Citizen inventory of what we have here. So at least they're keeping their breath smelling good, right? At least they're keeping their breath up to code enforcement. They got a fucking, look at that, even they got a badge. Code enforcement has a badge. So, yeah, that's what I figured. They were code enforcement vehicle overall. But yeah, that's what I figured they were. Yeah, I'll be in there in a minute. I'm recording these City of Wayne vehicles.
Why are we recording vehicles?
Well, they're publicly available. They're publicly funded. Just public audit sort of thing. We're not going into other people's cars.
No, you were here yesterday looking at other people's.
Yeah, I saw one of your firemen had his gun just hanging out.
It's not a fireman. This is B&E.
B&E? What's B&E? Oh, okay. Well, you should probably tell the person in the Dodge Nitro that having that gun in that front seat unsecured is kind of risky business. Risky business. Wondering what we're doing. Don't you worry what we're doing. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Recording what the eye can see, right? Hey, they're gonna be closed. Look at that, guys. For what reason? For training. Look at that. They're gonna be doing training. Holy shit. That must be a new thing for them. Let's get all this in the photograph here. How do I know they don't do training? Because I ain't never seen one of these on the board. I had never seen one of these before. But let's go, yeah, I've never seen anything like that. So this, I mean, they have to close the whole city down for training, so. Howdy.
Hello?
I need, I don't know who, so I'm not sure if it'd be the city engineer Malcolmson or Bob Watson. I don't know if he works for the city of Wayne anymore. But whoever would have the final say in regards to, basically I have a pond project being scheduled for construction, and the city is, apparently somebody from the city told the contractor, I have an email, that
Bob Watson's the building official, that's his contact information.
Okay.
He's not available at this moment.
All right.
Mr. Malcolmson is no longer with the city.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers that then. So he must have took his place, as I'm assuming?
Yeah, he's our building official.
Okay, awesome. I'll reach out to him because I just need to get clarification. That's all I came down here for.
Yep.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Malcolm's son is no longer with the city of Wayne. So now we have Robert Watson, the building official. Me and Bob, we go back a little ways. Well, we have his letter. We have his letter from, well, we'll have to look at his 37701 Glenwood Road letter. But we have to look at that because his letter doesn't mention any permit process, right, for my pond. He references the pond, that the pond is not, basically it's nothing, right? It was just a theory at that point, basically. And, you know, but he did reference the pond. He did talk about the pond and said that it had to comply with all the state, county, and city guidelines. And so we did that. And so this is building. Okay, so apparently this side of the parking lot's building and engineering. That side's the fire department, is from what I'm gathering. So this is someone in the building and engineering office who just leaves their firearm chilling in the front seat of their car. Kind of, I don't know. I still question the legality of that because, I mean that's just like irresponsible as all as you can get, right? I mean, I don't know. That's just, I don't know. I know Tillmage, you know, I know he's probably the only decent officer that the city of Wayne has. You know, maybe Officer Z as well. So I'm not saying that I know more than Mr. Tillmage, Officer Tillmage, about the law. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't know. I just find it hard to believe that you can just have a firearm just chilling in the front seat of your car. Just, you know, right there it is, right? Smash the window, grab the firearm, boom. You know, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know, I just kind of, it just don't seem right to me. But hey, you know, I haven't been a police officer for 12 years. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But I find that hard to believe, you know. But anyways, so you know, we're hopefully we can get in contact with Mr. Watson real soon, because you know we got to understand this. You know, like I said, we have his letter that doesn't mention anything about, you know, a permit, right, for a pond, right? It just says, you know, and we have the Wayne Pond Ordinance, and it's very generic, a couple sentences. Basically says that the pond can't be a nuisance, and you have to maintain it and make it look nice, and have native, you know, vegetation, grasses, you know, trees, shrubs, whatever. You know, it's got to look the part, right? It's got to be nicely maintained and properly done, right? Which of course we're all about that, right? That's what we want to do. So, but it doesn't mention anything about a pond permit, right? And so the city of Wayne doesn't actually have a pond permit, and so to try to get around that, they want to call it a pool. Well, a pond and a pool are not the same thing, guys. I mean, just legally speaking, I don't have the legal definitions or the official definitions in front of me at this very moment because I'm driving. But, you know, a pool is something along the lines of, you know, a man-made, mortified hole in the ground, basically, right? I know it's not concrete, but, you know, it's a pool is something that is, you know, typically dug into the ground and it's for swimming only, right? And it has pumps and filters, and it's man-made, right? It's not designed for nature. You don't build a pool to house nature or to have fucking fish in it, right? I mean, it's strictly for swimming. Whereas a pond, yes, I mean, in theory you can swim in a pond, right? There's nothing that I guess says you couldn't. But that's not the pond's primary purpose, right? Its primary purpose, first and foremost, is to enhance the wetland, right? The wetland that's back there. And, you know, that is a key point, you know. And, so, you know, again, I just don't understand the logic, right, for one, but I don't understand kind of like why the city would be so inclined to take that position. You know, it just, to me, it just kind of seems kind of, I don't know, trivial, right? I mean, we appreciate the concern, but again, fencing in, you know, a pond is, it sounds retarded, because it is. And, you know, I get the argument, well, what about the kids? What about the children? And it's like, well, my response is, fuck those kids. Fuck those children, right? Your parents should have taught you how to swim. If you break into someone's house and jump into their pool or their pond and drown, well, that's what homeowners insurance is for. That's what umbrella insurance is for. And, you know, of course, there's plenty of steps you can take to prevent that, right? Security, motion sensing, security system, and you know, there's different things that you can incorporate to you know, to try to mitigate some of that. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, if a child is determined, right, to get into, or an adult, I guess it really doesn't matter, if a person is willing or hell-bent on getting into your property, I mean, they're gonna get into your property. I mean, a 2-foot, 3-foot, 4-foot fence isn't gonna, you know, preclude that, right? Especially one that has gaps and the like in it. You know, you're not you know, you're really not stopping anything. You know, if they wanna if they wanna you know, get in, they're gonna get in. So fencing it in, you know, just seems retarded, right? It's not going to stop anybody, and it's only going to prevent wildlife, right? Which is, again, the main purpose for having the pond is to enhance wildlife, right? To enhance the wetland, to give a habitat for, you know, like, I don't know, aquatic wildlife, and, you know, geese and turkey and deer, whatever else, you know. I mean, that's what it's for, right? Primarily. So frogs, turtles, snakes, fish, you know, beavers, hopefully not a beaver, but anything, right? Anything that finds its way there, I mean, that's their home, right? So again, I don't know, it just seems kind of retarded to me, but what do I know, of course, right? What do I know? So just not really the hill that I would want to die on if I was running the city of Wayne. I really, I just don't, I don't know, you know, it just escapes my, and especially when you already have an ongoing lawsuit for that same enforcement letter. Well, now we have that enforcement letter saying that, you know, the pond can be there, it just has to follow, you know, the regulations, right? You got to go through the permit process for the state, the county, and of course we've done all that. So again, I mean, it just kind of seems like something that would tip the scales in our favor. So, you know, that's our game plan, that's our intent, is to of course, you know, add that and amend that to our complaint, because it is very it's very interesting, let me put it that way. So it's beyond just similarly situated people, because we found similarly situated people parking all over Wayne on dirt roads and grass driveways and, you know, everything in between. And then of course we found, you know, not as many examples, but we found several examples of pools, above ground pools in Wayne that are not in compliance with their current ordinance. So, you know, we have that. But then I think what's even most important, and again, thank you for the blessing, City of Wayne, continue to do what you're doing. Well, I don't know. It's like I'm torn on it, because I would really like for this silly nonsensical shit to end. I'd like for the city of Wayne to just learn their place and to just, basically grow the fuck up, right? Learn their place, learn to accept the fact that private citizens have more rights than government employees. They always have, always will. And that you're a servant to the public. And I just think that the roles have gotten reversed in Wayne, Michigan, and it's been like that for way too long. And so whenever you try to take the crack pipe away from these, because that's how I look at it, right? Like, these people are addicted to power, they're addicted to money, right? Obviously, but power, right? That's their main currency. And so they smoke power, right? Like in a crack bowl, right? Like in a crack pipe. And they've been doing this for so long, right? They're power tripping high out of their fucking minds. And when you try to bring them back down to reality, like, hey guys, I'm gonna have to take this crack pipe away from you, this power pipe from you, and we're gonna have to come back to reality here, and you guys are gonna have to start following the Constitution and start actually, upholding people's rights, not violating them. They don't like that message too much. They're very offended, right? It's like a drug addict that lashes out when you try to take away their drugs, right? You try to take away their fix, and they get very emotional. They get very unpredictable, and that's kind of the city of Wayne in a nutshell. They've been so addicted to this power for the last it's been a long time, all right? I have people that will testify going back to the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s that the city of Wayne has just been a fucking corrupt shithole since, these people have been alive, right? Some of the oldest people in the county. And it's just it's remarkable what I hear. People unsolicited, right? People reach out to me unsolicited, and they tell me everything, and it's just like, fuck, right? Like, this is an interesting place, man, for sure. And so, they've just been, like I said, they've been so accustomed to this power, right? And this behavior, this pattern of behavior that they engage in. And they just don't really know how to handle themselves, right? I mean, they really, truly don't know what to do when somebody like me comes in and says, hey, I'm Vince, I'm not going to take your unconstitutional nigger bullshit. Like, I'm just not going to put up with it, right? Like, I'm just going to tell you what it is. I'm going to call a spade, and we're going to let the chips fall where they fall. But you're not going to punk me, you're not going to get one over on me, right? You're not going to abuse me, you're not going to intimidate me, right? Without consequence, right? Of course, they have intimidated me and retaliated and maliciously prosecuted me and the whole 9 yards, right? Which, again, it all originates from this pond project, right? So, I'm very glad that this happened and I delayed filing my response, because now I have really undeniable proof that these people are unreasonable and they're really fucking insane, right? I mean, to call a pond a pool, in my little peanut brain, right? My Montucky, Montcalm County raised, and my Montcalm County public school, Central Montcalm public school brain, I just don't see how you can make any argument that a pond's a pool, right? Now I could see someone saying, well, you can swim in a pond, right? So therefore it's a pool, but it's really a retarded argument, right? I mean, it's not logically consistent, and I just don't see how a judge could go for that, right? And especially if you're trying to improve the wetland, right? That's what the permit is called, wetland improvement permit. If you're trying to improve the wetland, well, how the fuck are you going to improve the wetland by keeping out those that are in the wetland from enjoying the wetland? You know what I mean? Like, we have wildlife that are in the wetland that that are going to clearly be attracted to that pond, and you try to keep them out of it, right? Because some kid might trespass on your property and drown, right? That's the argument. It's like, might happen, could happen, sure, right? I mean, fuck, I could get struck dead at this moment, right? I mean, anything could happen theoretically, but that's why, again, you have homeowners insurance, you have umbrella insurance, maybe an extra insurance policy if necessary. Motion sensing, there's ways to mitigate it, but ultimately at the end of the fucking day, it's called people need to teach their fucking kids how to swim, for one. I mean, for fuck's sake. So if you have an adventurous kid, every child should know how to swim. I mean, this is like fucking basic shit. But you know, beyond just, you know, the child knowing how to fucking swim, the other issue is, well, teach your children not to fucking enter and break into people's properties, right? It's kind of like fuck around and find out, you know? I mean, I can't control other people's kids. I have no control over anybody, right? So if someone decides to be a dumbass and, you know, I have a 2-foot fence up and they hop it and then they drown, well, the same result has occurred. So why would I want to destroy wildlife's access to the pond because some dumbass might go do some dumbass shit? Well, hey, you know, I would feel bad, but I wouldn't blame myself. I wouldn't lose any sleep because it's not my fucking problem. I have insurance. That's what insurance is for. And, you know, again, we'll make it clearly posted that this is private property, no trespassing, proceed at your own risk. But the risk is you could fucking drown, and, you know, it's private property, no trespassing. So if you violate that, well, that's on you guys. That's not on me. That's on fucking you, right? But again, that's what you have insurance for. That's what you have homeowners and umbrella insurance and fuck, maybe even a third policy, right? I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'll get whatever I need to get. And that's just what it is, guys. I mean, it's just that simple. I'm not gonna be beholden to what could happen, what might be. I'm not a Kamala Harris voter, you know. I didn't vote for Kamala Harris. So I'm not concerned about what might be, what could be, what has been, or what could have been, or whatever fucking word salad nigger bullshit, you know. I'm just not, that's not how my brain works. My brain works on the premise of personal responsibility, right? So, you know, I'm a libertarian first and foremost, a constitutionalist, and, you know, I don't subscribe to this idea that we need to protect people from themselves, and, you know, we need to try to mitigate every possible scenario humanly fucking possible, and at the expense of, you know, what the whole pond's purpose is for, right? So it's just like, no, you know, it's retarded bullshit. I don't consent. I don't comply. Go fuck yourself. You can suck my 8-inch dick to the balls. That's my fucking response. Each and every fucking time. You tyrannical, power-hungry shitbags, right? Go bother somebody else, go fuck with somebody else, and go and get fucked, right? Hopefully you all get fucked, because maybe you'll chill out. Maybe that's the problem in Wayne, Michigan. Lack of sex, right? Lack of good, hot, kinky fucking sex. And these people have nothing better to do, because I guess they're unfuckable or unlovable people, and so they want to fuck with people that are happy or innocent or just trying to enjoy their life, or, you know, doesn't want to bow down and submit to their tyrannical fucking whims, right? Their capricious, whimsical ideas. And, you know, no, I mean, I want, you know, show me on paper an ordinance that says you got to have a permit for a pond, and I will fucking pay for the permit, assuming that the ordinance is constitutional and it's not void for vagueness, and it's, you know, assuming that it's legal, which is a very big assumption in Wayne, Michigan. But assuming it's constitutional, yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely 100% comply with your bullshit permit scheme. But unfortunately, the city of Wayne didn't have the foresight to actually put in a pond permit scheme, because I guess they never thought that there was ever going to be a pond in Wayne. So they made a pond permit, or they made a pond ordinance back in like 2022 or 2023, I think it was, 2021, right after COVID. Right, I think it was 22, they passed the pond ordinance, but the pond ordinance doesn't reference a pond permit. It just references basic shit, right? Like, hey, you know, you got to plant native grasses. It's got to be scenic grasses. It's got to look good. It can't be it can't be stagnant water causing a nuisance, and it's got to be maintained and properly dredged and, you know, filtered, and, you know, you got to skim it, right? It's like a fucking pool, right? I mean, in the sense that you got to maintain it, right? But it's not a fucking pool. It's a fucking pond, and it's distinctly different from a pool. Let me just put it this way. A pool is not a pond, in the sense that a pool is not for wildlife. It's not to enhance. It's not for stormwater retention. It's not for wetland improvement, right? A fucking pool is for recreational swimming only, whereas a pond could be for recreational swimming, but a whole host of other things as well, right? And so, yeah, it's a retard argument. It's a waste of time and taxpayer money, but I'm glad the city of Wayne, you know, did what they did there, because, you know, like I said, now, you know, I can sue them. Well, it makes it easier to sue them, right? It makes it easier for my complaint and all that. So, you know, we're not happy about it, but, you know, we're also not, we just take it as it comes, guys. We don't have a choice anyways, right? We can't control what these fucking idiots do. And, you know, every time I dare them to just not be fucking idiots and to not waste taxpayer money getting the city sued in preventable lawsuits, right? They just double down. They triple down. They quadruple down on their fucking stupidity. So, I mean, guys, I don't know what the fuck to do here, you know? I really, I'm trying to work with these idiots, but these people are fucking idiots, man. These people are fucking momos, man. These people are fucking degenerate scum, man. These people are pond scum, is what they are. No, they're below pond scum, right? The pond scum on my pond will have a purpose. They don't have a fucking purpose here, man. I swear. These motherfuckers are worthless, dude. They just are, man. They can't defend your rights. They don't know what the ordinances are. They don't know nothing, right? They don't know nothing until they don't like you, and then all of a sudden they pull shit out of their ass, right? It just fucking appears before you, right? Oh yeah, we have this open burn policy, and you're violating it. But we're gonna call it an ordinance. We're gonna call it an open burn ordinance. That's what we're gonna put on paper. Open burn ordinance. And I was like, damn. Well, that's. Can't make this shit up, guys. I wish you could, because believe me, I'm not a creative person, guys. Like I have a little creativity every once in a while, but I would not call myself artistic, creative, any of that, right? I take life as it comes to me. I'm very pragmatic kind of person, and so I don't know, for me to have this kind of story, it's, well, first of all, I couldn't even come up with this shit if you had a gun to my fucking head. I just can't make this shit up. It blows my mind every time I wake up and I look outside and I'm like, wow, okay, I own this home, but it's this fucking 48184 Wayne zip code. And boy, dude, I mean, just the level of retardation that's displayed by the department heads collectively in Wayne, it's truly fucking, I mean, Jesus Christ. I hate to use the Lord's name in vain, but fuck, man. It's just, I gotta smoke CBD, man. That's all. That's how I put up with it. White Buff, right? White Buff, 100% C8 CBD. Love it. Love it. Because that's probably one of the few things keeping me fucking sane. Because anytime you're dealing with this level of stupidity and fucking maliciousness and vindictiveness, people ask me, how do you do it, man? How do you put up with those idiots? How do you? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how I do it most of the time. I don't even know how I do it, guys. I really don't. I mean, it's that. I mean, you're dealing with just, you know, the retard boss, level 10, fucking, you know, final boss, steroided out of their mind, retard, you know, retard on steroids, right? I mean, that's what you're dealing with. And you're just dealing with ambiguous, vague language and these real ambiguous language they use, right? Because that's what they love to do. They love to they love to answer questions by not answering questions, right? They love to answer questions with more information. It's ambiguous, right? Vague, ambiguous, capricious, whimsical, right? There's no rhyme, there's no reason, there's no fucking consistency, there's nothing on paper, right? That's valid, right? That says any of this bullshit. It's just made up bullshit. I mean, it literally is. I mean, the city of Wayne breaks into my property anyways without warrants all the time, so I don't know why they need a permit, you know, because if they want to come check things out, well, best believe they'll invite themselves in. They'll call the police. They'll call themselves over to my house, right? So I don't know what the fuck they need a permit for, because, you know, they break into my house whenever they want anyways. But apparently, you know, I don't know. They just want money, right? So, I mean, I told them, like, if they just want money, just come out and ask for the money, right? Just say, hey, we want money, and I'll probably just give you the fucking money, just so I don't have to look at it. You know, you don't have to do all this bullshit, right? You can just say, hey, I'm greedy and I want money. Yeah, I'd rather have them say, hey, I'm a parasite, I want some money, instead of being like, hey, you know, give us money for a pool permit because your pond, we're going to call it a pool. And I'm like, okay, well, you're a fucking retard then. I'm like, you're a fucking retard and I'll see you in court. That's my response. My response is go fuck yourself. So my response is go fuck yourself with a 12-inch double-sided dildo, without lube, without any foreplay. Just shove it right in. Go fuck yourself. So that's my message. And I'll talk to you guys later.